Hey everyone, welcome back to Med Talk by Galloway-Sands Pharmacy. I'm your pharmacist Brad, and I'm joined by Cassidy. Today we're jumping into a hot topic, GLP-1 medications. You've probably heard the names, Ozempic, Wegovy, Trulicity. These drugs have gotten a ton of buzz lately, right Cassidy?
Absolutely. People are coming in asking about them every single week, sometimes every single day. So let's start simple. GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. These meds help folks manage type 2 diabetes and, more recently, obesity by mimicking a natural hormone in our bodies that helps control blood sugar and appetite.
Right, and what the science is showing is kind of wild compared to where we were 10 years ago. Clinical trials have found GLP-1 meds can help patients lose weight, sometimes 12% or more of their body weight, and they're getting solid results for blood sugar control. Actually, there are even some peer-reviewed studies showing cardiovascular benefits, especially in folks with type 2 diabetes. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, what blows me away is how people's routines change. Brad, haven't you noticed our Southport folks coming in with questions about side effects, diet changes, just totally different expectations about their health once they start these meds?
Oh, definitely. I've had patients say that using a GLP-1 is the first thing that's really shifted their habits in years. They're planning meals differently, getting full sooner, and honestly, a lot of people are finally seeing numbers move on the scale or on their A1C tests. But it's not only about the numbers. There's hope, but sometimes there's frustration and, well, we'll get into that next.
So let's talk about what real patients are experiencing. We've seen people have amazing results, like dropping their blood sugar way down, but also folks who struggle with stomach upset or, feeling kind of queasy at first.
Nausea, yeah, or even constipation. Those seem to be the top two things they mention to me. I always say, it's not a magic wand, right? Some are discouraged if they hit a plateau or if they have trouble sticking to the routine, especially that first couple of months. The success stories are fantastic, but the road there isn't always smooth.
And sticking to the plan, adherence, is its whole own journey. I remember one lady who was so nervous about giving herself those injections. She stood at the counter asking, "Does it really hurt?" We talked it through, went over the technique, and honestly, I think just having that open, non-judgmental space changed things for her. People just need real talk sometimes, not just the instructions in the box.
Absolutely. There's stuff you can't solve just with pills or prescriptions. We try to help folks figure out what works for them, whether that's meal prepping, using reminders on their phone, or connecting with someone for support. Everyone's path looks just a little different.
All right, so let's hit on the elephant in the room, access. Insurance coverage on GLP-1s is messy at best. Some plans fully cover them for diabetes, but not for obesity. Then we get the headaches from all the recent shortages, where even if you have a prescription and coverage, the medication might not be on the shelf.
And let's not forget about the confusion with compounded versions. We see patients online or in clinics turning to compounded semaglutide because the factory-made brands are out of stock or too pricey. But there's a lot of risk. Compounded versions aren't always tested the same way, and the FDA has serious cautions about them for a reason.
Yeah, so before anyone starts GLP-1 therapy, we always recommend asking some key questions. What kind of results should I realistically expect? How long does it take to see changes? And what are the biggest side effect risks for me? Also, will my insurance pay for this? And what happens if there's a shortage?
And we try to be as clear as possible. We've got info sheets, we'll do one-on-one consults, we'll call your insurance right then if we need to. Demystifying it, that's half the battle, honestly. If you walk away knowing what to ask and what to expect, you're in better shape to make a decision that fits your life.
What's next for GLP-1s is pretty exciting too. There's a lot of research right now on new ways to deliver these meds, like patches, pills instead of injections, or once-monthly options. It could make things much easier, especially for anyone who's nervous about needles.
And personalized approaches are coming too. Researchers are looking into how our genes and metabolism can help decide who gets the most out of GLP-1s, or what dosing will work best. Sort of like precision medicine, but for diabetes and obesity. You might even see care plans adjusted based on how your body responds. The future's a lot less one-size-fits-all.
Plus, new drugs are being tested that could build on what GLP-1s can do, or maybe work with fewer side effects. The clinical trials aren't done yet, but it sounds like more patients could have better choices in just a few years. I love seeing that kind of progress. Means we've got more hope to share with people who walk through our doors.
Let's get practical for a second. No two patients have the same day-to-day. That's why we always stress tailor the treatment. Your lifestyle, your other conditions, even your preferences, they all matter. It's not just about writing the prescription.
And setting those realistic goals can make a huge difference too. Don't chase dramatic changes in the first month. Sometimes it takes a while. Scheduling regular check-ins or follow-ups really helps people stay on track, and managing expectations about those lovely side effects, that's key. I always tell our patients, call us if anything feels off. Don't just tough it out.
I couldn't agree more. And bringing in support, whether it's a dietitian to help with nutrition that fits the new appetite patterns, or even a mental health counselor if it feels overwhelming, that's when people really thrive. It takes a team, not just a script.
Last thing I want to touch on is how much confusion and even stigma still exists around these medications. Some folks think GLP-1s are cheating, or they're scared by horror stories online. There are so many myths out there, it's hard to know what to believe.
Totally. That's why we focus so much on fact-based education. We're always working on new info sheets, FAQs, and even little mini workshops in the community to get the word out. We want people to ask questions, no matter how basic. That's the only way to build trust and help folks make informed choices.
Nothing beats a real conversation. It's easy to Google a side effect and panic, but if you come in and talk with us, we can walk through your concerns in plain language. I always say, there's no such thing as a dumb healthcare question. Seriously.
Absolutely. We're here to help you learn about your options, see what fits, and be that partner, however long it takes. That's why we keep having these conversations week after week.
So thanks for listening, everyone. If you've got more questions about GLP-1s, stop by the pharmacy or drop us a message. We're always happy to help.
And don't forget to check back for our next episode. There's always more to talk about when it comes to staying healthy and feeling your best. All right, Cassidy. Good chat as always.
Thanks, Brad. If you have questions about GLP-1s, visit or call Galloway-Sands Pharmacy. Supply. Location. 58 Physicians Drive Northwest, number 5. Supply, North Carolina. Open 9 a.m. through 6 p.m. You can call us at 910-754-7200. And Southport location, 1513 North House Street, number 8, Southport, North Carolina. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and you can call at 910-454-9090. Have a nice day, y'all.